So what were you saying? Yeah, that works. So what were you saying? You said when we was younger, you said you never really. What were you saying?
I was saying like when we was younger, I never really understood like death until I started experiencing it. You know, as a youngster, you're having fun out there. You thinking life is just fun. You know, you chill with your friends, you have fun. You know, eventually you're wondering like, you know, like how is this person, you know, telling me what to do? You don't even understand what an adult is until you get to a certain age. You just know somebody is just telling you what to do. You gotta listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then until you know, eventually one day you grow and you're the adult. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But as far as that leads me to say I never really understood what death was until I got older and experienced some. You know, and then I realized that we live and die one day. Mm-hmm. You know, you have the best friendships with your folks. People try so hard to do this and do this in life. I mean, you know, you want to be successful, but at the end of the day, we're doing all this to just end up on a T-shirt one day, end up on a piece of paper that says R.I.P at the top. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't mean to say what are we really living for, because you got to live for something, but just don't live every day angry, mad, you know, stressful, mad at the world, you know, because a lot of people, like I said, they didn't even get to wake up today. You know what I'm saying? We're blessed just sitting here right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas. Yeah, a lot of cats, you know, didn't get to wake up and even see today. You feel me? So I just want to say, if you out there, you know, and you mad every day over the smallest things, you know, you got any bad energy, throw that shit out the window and just try to live life in a more positive situation. Just like a lot of people say, oh, you play too much, this and that. You know, it's not that I play too much. I just try to make a positive situation out of a negative one. Mm-hmm. You know, because, you know, who wants to stress and be mad every day, bro?
Right.
You don't want to die angry. You want to die angry?
Not at all. Happiness is definitely a choice.
Bro.
I tell everybody that happiness is always a choice. You can... There's certain things that are gonna like knock you off your center, and there's certain things that are gonna be like tough to deal with. Like, you know, especially like you have kids, and not even just with kids. Anything like anything in life could knock you off your center. But I firmly believe that at the end of the day, happiness is a choice. Like if you want to be happy, it's your choice to be happy. Sometimes you can't reach your for lack of a better term, like maximum happiness because certain things are preventing it. Yeah. But that doesn't mean you have to walk around depressed and upset all day. Yeah. You said you were
told you.
You said you were you said you didn't understand death until you started dealing with it. How old were you when you first started dealing with death?
I first started dealing with death, a close death to me. I was in, actually it was my senior year of high school. Going to my senior year, I lost my uncle. He got shot. Shot him about 8 times, 9 times, something like that. Mm-hmm. Actually, it might have been like 13. I think he got shot 13 times. And that was like my first real brush with death, and I was just like, yo, like you try to take like what's going on, like, you know, it's like you see the person laying on the bed fighting for their life, you know, but you don't understand if they're dying, if they're alive. You just see it, you know. And then once you get told like you know your uncle's dead, like that's like, you start to look at shit differently. Like, damn, like this is life right here, like. Any given moment, we could just be gone. I mean, I always thought we just grew up, got old, lived life, and that was it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was how life went.
Right.
But, then unfortunately, that's not. We're not guaranteed to see 40 years old. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? I'm 34 years old. Luckily, you know, I'm still ticking right now. Mm-hmm. I had some situations to where I couldn't be here. You know, I got hit by a car when I was young. I survived that. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a rough shootout with a friend that got shot. Luckily, I didn't get shot. He got shot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Niggas could have died there. So, yeah, it's been some situations. But, I mean, you know, that's why I try to live life differently now. Instead of walking around angry and mad at me, mugging my brothers, you know, hey, how you doing, boss? You good? You know? Boom, have a good day. You know, oh, you got a beautiful family.
How are you with, you know what? I like where the conversation's going, but let's introduce the podcast officially. Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. It's been a long wait for a few different reasons. We'll get into that a little bit later, but the podcast is back. Formerly known as From the Sandbox Podcast. We recently changed the name to the Barber and the Cameraman Podcast. We go center more the podcast around our jobs and all. It's still gonna be a lot of this content that we open up the podcast with, stuff that's just in our brains, but we go try to focus in a little bit more on our careers as well.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Michael Flix.
I'm D-Tha Barber, man.
Appreciate you. My bad. What you say?
So how they been, man? It's been a minute.
I know it's been a minute. We finally back doing the pod. Finally, but we've been kicking it.
Yeah.
We kick it like once or twice a week, but
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had to figure out exactly what we was doing with the podcast, exactly when we was going to record the podcast, what the podcast was going to look like, and the logistics. We got all that figured out. Still some things that we don't have here, like got a whole bunch of artwork that I bought for the pod. Messed around and left it in a rush to get here. I was just excited to get going, bro. Like, I woke up this morning, I couldn't wait to come over here and do the podcast, bro. Like, everybody know, like, podcasting and broadcasting is being a cameraman is what I do. But broadcasting is also another big part of my life, man. So when I can't podcast like I'm like, I feel like something is missing for real.
Yeah.
Like, my sports show is cool, but it's more, I don't want to make it sound like that. My sports show is dope. I love my sports show. I'm going to always do my sports show. But it's not the same as just coming and doing a podcast. The sports show, it has even though this show we're gearing it towards more of a specific focus, the sports show absolutely has a specific focus. And it's centered around me interviewing people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really get to just come in and kick it the way I want to. I can, but not as much as I really want to. So here, this is like, I get to come in and kick it, you know what I'm saying? And we get to really like fully relax and
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And I got full control. I got full control of the sports show, but you know, it's part of Dream Radio, and you know, it's, you know what I'm saying. But this is ours. This is fully ours, and you know what I'm saying. We get to do what we want with it. And everything, man. How you been though, man? Did you miss podcasting, or was you just kind of waiting until the time was right?
I mean, I think I hit you earlier in the week. Was like, yo, when we recording?
It was you that hit. It was you that hit me.
I was waiting.
And you know what? I had bought the necessary equipment. Had bought the artwork. We weren't exactly sure when we were gonna record, but I told myself, and I'm gonna just be fully honest with you. I told myself I'm not gonna hit bro about it. If he hit me, then we'll get back to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do it, but like it had kind of, I don't want to say it fell off. We had to get some things figured out. You know what I'm saying?
This popped up, that popped up.
Right, and I've been in so many spaces where like I've been forcing a podcast, whether it was with the homegirl Janaea. Me and the homie Dora, we weren't really forcing a dad pod, but I wanted to do it way more. He wanted to do it, but I wanted to do it way more than he wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I told myself, I'm not going to force it. I'm going to wait until I got a podcast partner that want to do it as much as I want to do it. Somebody that's like, yo, like, we didn't record. Like, what's the problem? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? And so when you hit me, I hit wife. I was like, yo, DeAndre hit me. Like, he ready to get back to it. Like, I was excited.
I'm like, what's up with my dude, man? I'm like, I'm going down Instagram. I'm like, he doing a podcast with this nigga, man. Like, what's up with our shit? Like, hit this nigga up, man. He probably think I want to do this shit. I'm trying to get it in.
I did kind of feel like that, but I'm glad to know that you ready to get
I know one time we had the days mixed up.
Yeah, we had the days mixed up.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, just, you know, I think what happened last time? I think he wasn't feeling good.
That's what it was, yep.
He wasn't feeling good last time, because last week I was shopping at Target, and I hit you, and you was like, I'm not really feeling too good. I was like, all right.
Yep.
We here, though. We here, man.
Yep. Speaking of that, that's not feeling good. Got niggas in here feeling old, bro. We usually get in here, pour up a small little cup of something to, you know what I'm saying, to sip during the podcast of the alcoholic variety. Niggas in here sipping tea now,
Sipping tea, trying to reverse that digestive system.
Man, I thought it was pancreatitis, but I guess it's like some acid reflux type of thing. I have we've talked about it, but just, you know, sharing with the listeners, you know what I'm saying? Stomach been all jacked up, bro. I had to cut out. I mean, I already wasn't really eating crazy like that, but I had to cut out so much food out of my diet, bro. Had to stop drinking. Had to get on CBD oil and THC oil because I was in so much pain. Like, bro, I'm to the point where I'm in the ER, like, hands on my knees, doubled over, like, about to cry, bro. Like, I did cry. I'm not even gonna front. I did cry. I was in a lot of pain, bro. Like, but I'm through the worst of it now, but I'm still sipping this tea.
Still get slight pains every now and then?
Slight pains every now and again, yeah. If I eat too fast, or if I eat too big of a meal, like I gotta eat like 5 or 6 small meals rather than like 3 big meals. You know what I'm saying? So things are just different now. Got me feeling. I'm only 33, and I had my birthday pass. My birthday was on the 7th. I'm 33 now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, happy birthday to the kid, y'all.
Appreciate it. Man, what's how you doing? How you feeling though, bro?
Man, I'm feeling cool. I just been on my grind. I canceled my trip to New York.
That's right.
To January or February, because I want to go when it snows. You know what I'm saying? Don't snow in November, so it's supposed to rain the whole week. And I went, like, what fun is it gonna be walking around in the rain in Times Square? It's not fun to nobody.
Right.
So I canceled that shit, you know, till after the holidays, because I don't want to do with the holiday traffic either. But for the most part, I just been working on my grind, cutting at the shop. You know what I'm saying? As far as health, man, I mean, I think I'm cool, but I'm starting to get a little stomach, little things too, man. So I don't know. It could be from partying with you, drinking the same shit. I don't know.
Right.
But I'm gonna take it how it come. Whatever it is, man, we're gonna be good.
I feel it. How things been going at the shop.
The shop is popping.
Clientele still nice and plentiful.
Oh yeah, the shop is the shop, man. It's popping. I mean, it's a blessing for it to be there. It's a real blessing.
Man, I think I told you. Like I said, we kick it pretty often. I've told you I didn't tell the listeners, man. I got benched at the radio station at the news station, man.
Yeah, you told me about that, B.
I got benched, man. The first part wasn't really my fault, but the second part was. First part, my partner didn't get something turned in time, so it was like you get paired. Like I'm a cameraman, so I'm a photographer, and you get paired with a field producer every week. The field producer is the person that does all the interviewing, and they help. The field producer essentially decides what highlights are going to make it on TV. Mm-hmm. But when you get like more experience as a photographer, you also help out with deciding what highlights make it on TV. So I pretty much really, whoever I'm paired with, I choose what highlights are making it out of our group. You know what I'm saying? But they still gotta interview people. They gotta do extra interviews that don't go on TV, that only go on YouTube, like for the PPR Hogcast and for the podcast and stuff like that. So he didn't get some. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but he didn't get some of his stuff turned in. So they was looking at us crazy. And then the next week, I didn't get my time card turned in time, and so I got benched. Got benched. But then they brought me back for the playoffs. But yeah, as you know, like during the playoffs, like each week, teams get bounced out, so it's less and less games, and so now it's down to the point where I think it's the semifinals right now, and they're not using me for the semifinals and for the championship. But
so they're not.
They're not. But however, I can go to those games. I still got a media badge. Like I still got the CIF credentials and the media credentials, so I could go to the games on my own and film for my own. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going there like it's not definite that I'm going to get paid. But after I leave, all I got to do is just talk to some parents, pass out some business cards like, hey, yo, I got this footage, and I'm going to make some money. You know what I'm saying? So
you're right.
Plus, when basketball season come, I'm about to really turn up, bro.
You're right.
I'm going to need your help, too. Like I told you, I'm going to need some help. Need some help with basketball season. Whether it's holding the camera, I might even need to throw you out there and do some interviews for me. But I'm about to really turn up basketball season, bro.
Let's get it.
I'm about to turn up basketball
Got you. Let's get it.
I love being a cameraman, bro. It's so much fun. I really love producing content, too. Like, I found a couple podcasts that they want me to produce their podcast, do the audio and the video for them. Mm-hmm. And I've done a couple of episodes, but they're not like one of them. They're both professional basketball players, and they both play overseas. One's in Italy, one's in Europe, and so they do like Zoom episodes now. So they don't need me for that. But and I found like 3 or 4 shows that like, yo, Flix, I want you to produce for me, and I'll produce like 1 or 2 episodes, and then they'll kind of fall apart. Kind of like how we not really fall apart, but kind of how like the podcast be like, oh, we don't really know what we're doing. And they're not consistent, and so that's what I've been dealing with on the producer side of it. But
feel it.
I'm gonna get it consistent, man. Flix Media Network, Flix Media Productions. We gonna get it right.
You stepping in the right place already, man. You good, man. Just keep grinding.
For sure. I know you was talking not for a long time, but I know like for you've mentioned a few times about like having your own barbershop.
Yeah, I mentioned having my own barbershop, but I mean...
That's in the distant future?
No. What I successfully really want, I mean, having your own barbershop is cool, but I know a guy that has his own barber school. It's the barber school I went to. That's the real money. These kids are getting grants. They getting bucks. That's the real money. A barber school. You know what I'm saying? Because the barbershop I work at, I mean, yeah, we bring in money, but we bring enough money to what? To keep the lights on, keep this going, to pay the bills, we're seeing money, but as a shop, the shop's not
popping like that.
The shop's popping, but it's not popping to where the shop's actually making money. The people in there are making money, but we're making money just to be above ground level. You know what I'm saying? Just for us to keep our jobs. Mm-hmm. At least that's what I'm being told. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But we're nowhere to where like, oh, we need to close down, nothing like that. But it's not bringing in like a super investment as I think like he thought it would, would bring in.
Mm-hmm. I gotta take you with me out to North County, out to Oceanside. You got a barbershop called Culture Barber Lounge. Mm-hmm. As soon as you walk up, sit down, bro. A pretty young lady is gonna come and ask you if you want a beer, no charge. They're gonna come and ask you if you want a beer, and he's got. I should show you his Instagram right now. He's got all kind of merch, bro. hats, shirts, sweatsuits, beanies, socks, everything, bro. And he's getting it because he got the dope culture inside the barbershop to where you just want to be in there. Even if you're not getting a cut, you want to be in there kicking it because you're going to get a cold brew. You're going to get to hear the dope conversation. You know how it is, the barbershop. It's just good energy. Plus, you're getting a free brew.
Yeah.
And then he got all this stuff in there that you can buy, like all like stuff that I would really wear. Like I plan on buying a couple outfits, like a couple sweatsuits. You know what I'm saying? I just haven't because I haven't been up there, and I don't like. If it's something local, I want to pull up and buy it and meet you and shake your hand. I don't want to order it. You know what I'm saying? I want to meet you in person. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I was thinking if I was ever to open a barbershop, I would want to do it like that. Like he's doing it the right way. He's not just selling haircuts. He's selling an experience, and he's selling clothes, and he's selling haircuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, I'm trying to get like some of the stuff I don't want to say because I'm worried that my folks that follow me that work at the barbershop, they might see it and be like, oh, you hear what these shit on the podcast? But I've been trying to do that to have the barbershop step in a different place. I mean, in a different direction, but I don't know, it's different when you're working at the barbershop and not your old barbershop, you know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to nobody out there, but I am the only, there's 2 black guys in my barbershop. The rest are Latinos. So they don't rock how we would rock as far as a barbershop. Right. Cause that's just not them. Right. You know what I'm saying? But as far as my clientele, I run a good business from my chair. Right. At the end of the day, we're independent contractors. Yes, it's a shop, but you're still your own business and your own little, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. So I run my business cool. I got no issue with no clientele. I'm good. But I think things could be done differently in shop to make it pop harder. You know, I go on Instagram, I see Fresh Ups, I see all these other barbershops with commercials promoting on Instagram. We ain't got no commercial. You know, I'm not gonna say the name of the shop that I work out to air it out like that, but we don't got no commercial. They need to come holler at me. I can get y'all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to come holler at me. I can get y'all right. I done fed them that, told them that. Nobody want to invest in the shit. I'm not putting all my money into it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna all put some money into it. A piece of my change, a piece of your change, because this is all for the shop. Now, if I wanted my own commercial, boom, that'd be different. You know, and I might just start doing that. We're gonna have to. I might just start doing that. We're gonna have to. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, I had a little skit I wanted to shoot. Since we call it the barber and the cameraman, I had a little skit I wanted to shoot. But I remember when I first asked you about that, you said the owner was like, "Nah, I might have to do it like after hours," which is cool. We're gonna have to pull up after hours and shoot some content at the barbershop. For sure. That's gonna be dope. Oh, speaking of pulling up and doing stuff, little Bronny James, Sierra Kane, they gonna be in town tomorrow night. Where they playing at? They playing at Montgomery, right here in Chula Vista. We going, huh? I believe so. I'm filming my freestyle show tomorrow night. I did a terrible job scheduling, planning it out, but I'm filming my freestyle show tomorrow at 5:30. We gotta buy tickets, huh? Again, you could buy 4 at the door. I mean, I got the media badge, so I'll be good. But you can buy a ticket at the door, yeah. 4? That's the most. You can buy 4, yeah. What time the game start? I think it start at 6. The first game. What time you gonna be up there? I probably won't make it. See, cause you got your media badge. You ain't gonna have to wait. Nah, it's not. Ooh. I'm gonna have to get there early and be like, I'm already up here, Mike. Nah, you gonna walk in with me. I can't. We can't talk about that on the podcast, but you're gonna walk in with me. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Anyway, man, let's get into some of these topics that's been going on, man. Oh, before we go any further, man, I'm not a big fan of his music, but I'm a big fan of his movement. R.I.P. Young Dolph, man. You hear about that? I heard about it. I seen the post on Facebook, then I seen some video clips. I thought this shit is real. R.I.P. Young Dolph, man. Another young black rapper killed in his hometown, man. That'd be the worst when he be in your own city, man. Like I said, facts. And it's been so many of them now, bro. So many of them. Nipsey got killed in his city, in front of his business. That's cold right there. Triple X got killed in his city trying to go buy a motorcycle. Young Dolph just got killed in his city. They say he just went to a little corner store, he ran in there, bought some cookies. Somebody ran in there and smoked him. That's what I was gonna say. I've heard his music. I mean, everybody's heard his music, but I can't say I've ever been a fan of his music. I wasn't. But I was a fan of his movement because my boy EA knows him personally, knows Dolph personally. Yeah. And so he put me on him, just like his movement. He's like, this dude is really, everything he rap about, he's really that. He really from what he talk about, he really from the streets. So this is a real dude right here. And so just based on that, and just I seen him like putting his whole family on, putting all his people in position. I'm like, that's the type of dude I mess with, type of energy I rock with. So I've been a fan of his movement, but goodness gracious, man. I mean, me personally, I do love music. Actually, I do music myself. But I never heard none of his music. I never really slapped him like that. Just never caught my eye. You know what I'm saying? If you go catch my eye, I'm gonna slap you. You know, I've seen the name before, and I think maybe there's a chance I might have heard a song, didn't know it was his. There's also that chance too. But he's never had nothing to where I just went and typed in and looked up like da. But that's not to say that it's not a sad day. In America that we lost another young black brother to the gun violence, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure the person that shot him was also probably black. Yeah. That's the fucked up part.
Tough. You started on some tough stuff, man. We probably should have talked about that when we was talking about death altogether. But anyway, let's move on to anyway. I guess it's not really a happy topic, but something that's not so heavy. You been seeing this Brittany Renner chick?
The Brittney Renner. I think somebody was telling me about it. I heard a little bit about it. She was dating some guy in the NBA and got pregnant by him and was like, yeah.
So PJ Washington from the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
I think this is like a third year in the league, but she started dating him when he was in college at Kentucky when he was like 18 or 19, I think.
Okay, I'm a Kentucky fan. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But before him, she was linked to several other basketball players, entertainers, and things like that.
It's not surprising.
Right. And so she gets with him. They have a baby, and then they break up, and then it comes out in the news that she's getting crazy amounts of money and child support from this dude. And now she's running around saying stuff like she'll go like to Jackson homecoming, like go on the college campus and tweet stuff like hide your sons, and she's like on a podcast tour essentially like telling people and then she made a post also saying like, ladies, if you want to trap one of these dudes, they trap a ball player because they're stupid, they don't wear condoms and all this and that. And now she's on a podcast tour, like she went on Academics, she went on the No Jumper podcast, she talked to, you know who Kevin Samuels is?
She is wild, man.
Talked to Kevin Samuels, like she's on a whole podcast tour talking about, she wrote a book too, bro. She wrote a book a few years ago talking about all that they pulled a super hit.
Yeah.
Wrote a book, and it's like she didn't reveal any names or say like do anything like that. But all the people that read the book said that like she didn't say any names, but she was like alluding to things, and you could figure out who she was talking about.
Yeah.
And so she did all that, and now she's on a podcast tour talking about what happened with PJ Washington and just everything that's going on with her in the past 10 years. She started off as a college soccer player. She was really good. It was like Player of the Year, MVP of her conference. The college soccer player, left college to go like be with her boyfriend at the time, who was an athlete. How you feeling about that?
I mean, I can't say she's bad for putting out the info because everybody loves a little drama and a little controversy. It's good she didn't put no names out. You keeping these niggas' marriages good. You know what I'm saying? You keeping they homes good. But I'm pretty sure whatever lady read the book, she gonna put two and two together and realize you're talking about her husband.
You say you can't be mad at her.
I mean, you can't be mad at her because at the end of the day, she put out a book. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she didn't expose no names, but as men, we kind of do that shit. Every day we just share the info with the homies.
So I guess what people are mad at is that it seems like she's a predator because she met PJ Washington when he was still in college and he was 18, and I think she was like 27 at the time. So she's older.
Well, she's preying on younger athletes.
I should have led with that. So preying on younger athletes, and so here she is, this almost 30-year-old woman on a college campus talking about hide your sons. You know what I'm saying? Imagine your son go to Jackson and you see Brittany Renner on there. She almost 30 talking about hide your kids or hide your sons, and your son go to school there. Like, I'm pretty sure you look at it like, well, my son gonna know how to move and all this and that, but it's like
you can't. He go. That's the decision he gonna make. Mm-hmm. You go put that Jimmy on or you not. Mm-hmm. That's a choice he gonna have to make. I can't be in that room with him when he's doing that.
Right.
He has to know right from wrong. Mm-hmm. And if you see her talking like this and that, you should already know how she moving.
How do you? Okay, this leads me to another topic because what you said about is his choice to put that Jimmy on. I got a nephew, 14 years old. Dude's been extremely handsome his entire life.
Yeah.
Been very I remember him being 7 years old. I take him to the gym with me, and of course these are like freshly graduated from high school girls, and of course they're not really trying to get at a 7, 8-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, Mike, who is this handsome little dude you bringing? Like everywhere I take him, anywhere I've ever taken him, he's gotten that response. This dude is very good. He's very handsome. Dude. And now, you know what I'm saying, he done got a little older. He done shoulders and got a little broad. all the girls is on him now. Like all the girls his age is on him now. And I ain't gonna put his business out there, but his mom has found out some things about him, and his mom who is my sister-in-law, and his grandma who's my mother-in-law was like, yeah, Mike, it's time you gonna have to have that talk with him.
That talk with the kid.
And I was like, I mean, it's great. I've had these types of conversations because I've worked with kids for years, but I mean, I'm always like hesitant because I don't want to tell a little dude to rock how I wouldn't rock.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell him to do nothing that I wouldn't do, or give him advice that I wouldn't want to be giving myself. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to him, but I'm gonna give him my advice. I'm not gonna tell him what y'all want me to say.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give him my advice. You know what I'm saying? Which is
that's all you could do.
And I feel I was a stand up young man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get any girls pregnant before it was my time. Or, you know what I'm saying? I never done nothing I wasn't supposed to do. You know, I wasn't an angel. It's definitely. I've hurt some feelings. But I wasn't like going out to hurt feelings or going out to just, you know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. What do you think is I guess it's just case by case. I was gonna say, when do you think is a good time to start having that conversation with a young man? But I guess it just depends on like
start having that talk with a young man.
Yeah, but I guess it just depends on where he's at in his life.
Depends on where he's at in his life, and depends on what you see going on. If he's, got a girlfriend and you see him, cuddle up at the bus stop, she's sitting in that lap, or he got them hands on them buns. That's when it's time to start having that talk. Because more than likely, the next step is gonna be boop. Mm-hmm. And I know what I was doing in high school, so I mean. Did
you have the talk? Did someone have the talk with you before you lost your virginity or after? Or did you have the talk at all?
Never had the talk.
Why do you think that is?
You said why?
Yeah. Because I never had the talk either, but I know why I didn't have the talk. Well, I didn't have the talk with my parents, and I know why I didn't have the talk.
Well, I didn't have the talk because the household that I was raised in, once I got it with my aunt and my uncle, who are both Christians, I was in church every Sunday. Boom, boom, boom. My uncle's a deacon, my auntie's, she's a lady of the church, so they felt like I don't want to say on that same path, but I knew right from wrong. Mm-hmm. Just from being there, being with all the church stuff, you know what I'm saying? So they figured I was good. Like, oh, I'm good. Now, I know, I go to church on Sunday, but, if you got me on my Facebook, I don't think we got each other on Facebook. Mm-hmm. We don't, huh? So, yeah, my auntie, she posted something on Facebook that wasn't a long time ago, it would have been embarrassing. At this point in time, it was funny, you know what I'm saying? So, she posted, like, yeah, you was a little bad dude. You was, going to school, changing your, photocopying your grades on your report card. Watching pornography, selling weed out of my house, all kind of stuff. This is while I was going to church on Sundays. Mm-hmm. I would come back, but I'll get straight to it. Mm-hmm. So you never really know what's going on. Mm-hmm. But as far as not having that talk, I just figured they just felt like I just knew right from wrong.
Mm-hmm. And see, I mean, my dad's a pastor, my mom's an evangelist, and I feel like that's why I didn't have the talk. I know that's why I didn't have the talk, because they, like, in our house, it was like, having the talk is giving you, like, preparing you to go have sex, and I don't want you to go have sex because you're supposed to wait until you get married. Mm-hmm. I remember my mom. I remember my mom arguing with one of her sisters about like you got to give your sons condoms. Like, you got to make sure they got condoms. Like, if you don't give them condoms, how do you know that they have condoms or not? And my mom was like, well, I'm not finna give my kids condoms because I don't want them having sex. So if I give them condoms, that's like giving them a license to go have sex. So I'm not giving them condoms. And my auntie was like, well, that's crazy. Like, they're going to have sex. Your boys are going to have sex. And if you don't give them condoms, you don't know that they have them or not. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm saying that to say we didn't have a conversation about sex because it was an expectation is like, no, you're not having sex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember I remember after I lost my virginity, I was 16, and I didn't tell my parents. And then I got a girlfriend, and me and her had sex, and I remember just like feeling guilty, bro, like feeling guilty, and I just told them. I just told my parents one day, and that was when like, and even then it wasn't like a big like, it wasn't the conversation that I thought it would be because my parents are who they were in the church. It wasn't the conversation that I thought it would be. My dad was concerned that she wasn't pregnant. That was my dad's like first concern. I was like, well, she's not pregnant. He's like, how do you know? I was like, I mean, I wore a condom. He's like, oh, okay. And
yeah.
He's like, his whole everything chilled out.
See, I know his parents personally. They're like they're like an aunt, uncle, mom, and pops to me. So that's why I'm laughing, because I'm picturing their faces right now when he's saying all this stuff.
Could you imagine me like going and talking to my parents about this? That's crazy, right? But it was not the conversation I thought I would have. And I was 16 when I had that conversation. I couldn't imagine like so I lost my virginity when I was 16.
Yeah, me too. Same.
Could you imagine 2 years removed from losing your virginity? Oh, you don't know what Brittany Renner looks like. She's really pretty, bro. Got a real nice body, really pretty girl. So could you imagine, like, I mean, she's pretty enough to have had sex with 8 NBA players, like notable NBA players. You know what I'm saying? But could you imagine being 2 years removed from losing your virginity, and now you got a girl like Brittany Renner in your face?
You ready to dive in that?
You're not gonna turn that down.
You ready to dive in that? She knew what she was doing.
Right.
She knew what she was doing. So right. Yeah, in a way, yeah, you can't be mad at her. Now that I hear all that, you can't be mad at her.
And then, like, I'm cool with double standards. But if a man were to do that, could you imagine you 27, you take a picture on a campus, hide your daughters, the boy is here. Could you imagine the backlash you would get?
Bro, we're getting called predators. We're getting called all of that. Do you know the situation I just dealt with?
Perfect example.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
perfect example. Do you want to talk about it or no?
We could talk about it, man. We could talk about it.
So what happened?
So we go to this party, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't completely met, like my daughter's mom's whole family. Just like this, my man's right here. I never met his whole family.
Right.
I met some people, not your whole family. You know what I'm saying? I knew you since I was what?
7, 8.
7. You know what I'm saying? 7, 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we go to this party. Boom. I meet the little light skin. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be clear. Let's be clear on what type of party this is. It's Kappa homecoming.
Kappa homecoming.
This is a college fraternity. Their homecoming, and so essentially it could be anything from 18 to like 50 years old. I legitimately seen multiple 50-year-olds walking around, and
coming back supporting their old
that used to love to stomp the yard when they was in college.
Yeah.
So they walking around with their cane on their shoulder, and they got their college jacket on with their letters on it. It was like that. It's anywhere from 18 to like 50 years old in there. There's all kind of people in this party.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Not to mention they got 21 in their wristbands. Cats is in there drinking.
Facts.
We about 5 drinks in. You turned up, you chilling, right? Boom. I get to dance with this little shorty. We dancing, we exchange information. You know what I'm saying? A day later, we go out to dinner, right?
Mm-hmm.
We eating. She's like, my mom wants to see a picture of you because she's, she wants to make sure she knows who I'm with. I'm like, that's cool,
Normal thing.
Boom, send a pic. She sends a pic, right? About 10 minutes later, I get a text message from my kid's mom talking about, you're on a date with my niece. I'm like, excuse me? She's like, my niece. That's my niece you're on a date with. I'm like, bro, I've never met her before.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met her before. You know what I'm saying? In the 10 years I've been with you, I've never met her. She's like, I introduced you to her one time at a football game. You must have forgot. I said, look what you said. One time in 10 years at a football game. If I was to see one of your girl cousins that you've introduced me to, and I remember meeting a few of your girl cousins in Long Beach and shit, I don't remember their faces,
right?
But I remember meeting them. I guarantee you I would know that's them,
right?
Just like they would know it's me,
right? It's just like we said, we was talking about we was in Rite Aid. Bro, y'all came to Baron's 3rd birthday party. Like, I would be at your apartment when you and your kid's mom was together.
Yeah,
I could walk by her in Rite Aid and not know it was her, bro. And this is somebody, and it ain't even that close. Like, you literally met her one time years ago.
So she goes to telling me, oh, you looking like a predator now because that girl's only 21. You know what I'm saying? I'm 34.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, She's not 18. She's not 16. She's not 17. She could buy a drink. She got her shit together. Like, so I'm wrong for meeting a 21-year-old. And I'm like, with all due respect, do you think I would honestly take my time out of my day to purposely take your niece on a date, not thinking it would get back to you? If I really knew that was your niece, like, come on, what kind of logic is that?
And you get called predator for going on a date with someone who's legal,
not 16,
right? And not even
21,
18, not even 18. It ain't like 21. She's like 18. She's 20. You said 21. You took her on a date. Like, here's a big age gap, but who cares?
No. She's 20, turning 21. You're right. She's 20, turning 21.
Boom. And it's like, who cares? Who cares? Like, it's again. I'm okay with double standards, but some of them, I guess you can't say you're okay with it, and some of them, it's like some of them are unfair. But
I think Beyonce and Jigga is like what? How many years apart?
I think they're like 12 years.
They're like 12 years apart.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, they like 10 years. I think she's 24. He's 34. They're like 10 years
Elvis Presley's wife was what? 13,
that
14?
That one's crazy. He started messing with her when she was like 15 and he was legal. I'm
not saying it's right. I'm just saying it has been done, but that's when he met her when she was 15. This girl's not 15. She's 20, turning 21.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said, when it's the man on the other end of the stick, boom, it's all good. And I got to tell my mom, like, yo, like, nigga, you're not even 30 yet. And I'm 34, so how you really mad about that? You're not even 30 yet. So what is it?
Right. So what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Right.
What are we talking about? We're not talking about the game. We're talking about practice.
Not the game.
Not the game. We're talking about practice.
That's comedy.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
Man, let's change gears a little bit here. What makes, and this is leading to something, what makes a building or like a place, not a building, what makes a place iconic?
What makes a place
like
iconic?
Like a park or a stadium or an arena or a museum. Like, what makes a place iconic in your opinion?
The events that took place in that, and the events that took place in that building.
Okay.
Just like Malice at the Palace, that's iconic because of that shit that happened there. Before that, it was just a regular basketball gym. You know what I'm saying? A regular NBA court. But with that event right there, it's iconic because that's something that can never be tarnished or erased from there.
Okay.
It's history that can never be taken away.
So then, would you say that the Staples Center is iconic?
Yeah, hell yeah.
They're changing the name, bro.
To the what?
Crypto.com Arena.
Why would they do that?
They threw a big old bag at them. It's like 962 M's.
It's LA, money talks.
But I seen that because I think the name change is super whack. Super duper whack.
Yeah, it is.
But I understand that's a lot of money.
Changing the jerseys too?
No, jerseys are gonna stay the same. Just the name, like they're not even
LA
changing.
Cryptos?
No, it's still the LA Lakers. Just the name of the building is gonna be called Crypto.com Arena. But I seen people talking about it on Twitter, and everybody was like, "Oh, the Staples Center is too iconic to change the name." And this one dude was like, "I mean, the Lakers are an iconic team, yes, for sure." He was like, "But the Staples Center isn't iconic." He was like Madison Square Garden, that's iconic. He was like,
so Staples Center isn't? You don't think so?
And see, I'm not sure. It's the home of 11 championships. It's the home of 11 championships.
It's the home of Kobe fucking Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, without question. Kobe's 81. It's iconic. Cody's 80.
Is that where Nipsey's funeral was?
Nipsey's funeral was there. Michael Jackson's funeral was there.
That's iconic. You got icons having iconic moments in there.
Yeah.
You can't erase that shit.
You're right. I didn't think about everything. I think I was only thinking about the championships. But that's not the only thing. Like I said, Kobe's 81, his last game when he scored 61 in there. You're right.
It's iconic, man.
A lot of Staples Center is iconic. But so does that mean that the building is still iconic, right? If it happened in there, but they changed the name, so it's like no, it didn't happen in Crypto.com Arena. It happened in Staples Center Arena. You know what I'm saying?
The building is still iconic, but the name is they just tarnishing the name. That's dirty. That's like changing the Raiders name, like to not being a Raiders. Like what?
Yeah. It's certain things in sports especially that are just fixtures. Like it's certain like the Warriors have changed like colors and changed the logo over time.
Warriors logo, they flipping back from Oakland to San Francisco one year. Boom, bow, bow. It's just a whole lot going on in there.
But like the Raiders, our team, even no matter what city they go to, it's always gonna be black and gold. It's just something things that's no. That's something you don't mess with. Like the Yankees, the Lakers, the Yankees, the Raiders, the Dodgers. But there's certain franchises that even if they move cities, the look is gonna be the same because it's just too iconic. That black and gold ain't going nowhere, bro. That black and gold ain't going nowhere.
Black and silver.
That's a black and gold. I said black and gold a hell of times. That black and silver ain't going nowhere.
I tried to give you a chance. I'm like,
that black and silver ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, if they do that, man, I don't know what I'd do. I might start being a fan. Psych.
Speaking of Raiders, you see, we got DeSean Jackson.
Yeah, we got DeSean Jackson, but you see what he did?
No, I didn't. I mean, I saw the game. I did. So
he got one pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could have easily caught that post and just kept striding. He stops on a dime, turns around towards the defense coming at him, fumbles the ball. Game changer. Now they got the ball going that way. If he takes that and runs, he's easily getting caught probably maybe on a 5. He might even score if he shakes that dude off.
He's
pissing me off, DJ.
He's had several bonehead plays in his career. This nigga's like dropped the ball on the 1 yard line like twice before, like hella stuff. You like the move though, right?
I mean, I like the move, but after last week, I'm kind of he kind of in the doghouse right now, man.
Oh, it's one game. Get a nigga a chance, man.
Get a nigga a chance. How long you been in the league? Man. You shouldn't be doing shit like that. Come on, man. You should not be doing shit like that, bro.
It's some players you take. I mean, it's some players you take what comes with it like that. Like Reggie Bush. He had a play where he's going down. He tried to. Well, granted it was in college, but he had a play where he tried to pitch it to somebody when he was going down. Ended up being a fumble. But he was iconic for that. He did it in college before. He did it in high school before to score touchdowns and win championships.
But guess what? They still won that game. See, we lost. That was our chance to come back and tie that bitch up. Touché. Not tie it up. Put us down 3 points. Mm-hmm. If we score right there, we're only down 3 points. Mm-hmm. They get the ball back and score again. So I can't even blame D-Jax for all of it because the defense plays shitty too. Giving up fucking 41 points like that, that's horrible. Mm-hmm. But that play right there, that was a game changer. We had momentum going, fam. You gonna catch it, turn towards the defense, run towards them. Nigga, run that way. Mm-hmm. The end zone is that way. You've been doing this shit since you were 6 years old. It's that way.
You see Odell to the Rams?
Yeah, they talking like he want to get traded already.
Really?
After 1 year.
No way.
Yeah, I seen a little fucking little clip about it. That's why I'm glad we didn't get his ass.
That's crazy. I didn't hear that. That's crazy. I hope that's not true.
He only got targeted, got the ball once.
I hope that's not true. Man, what up? Lakers looking terrible.
I called it.
Lakers looking. You did. We're gonna get it. I mean, LeBron is out right now, so hopefully when he come back, we can get together.
Yeah, when he was in, y'all was getting y'all shit handed to y'all too, though. When he was in, y'all was getting y'all shit handed to y'all.
I think we gotta get rid of Westbrook.
Caught that too. He's not a good fit. His ball play style is not a good fit for LA. Mm-mm. Everything he does is 100 miles per hour. He doesn't like the play break down and diagnose it. Everything he does is slow your ass down, fam. Give somebody a chance to get up and then kick that bitch out. You know what I'm saying? You can tell you're trying to come and take over the team. You can't come and take over the team if LeBron's there.
He's a better passer than I initially gave him credit for, but I think we gotta trade him, bro. I want him to get a ring. I want Westbrook to win a championship. I do. And I think it's dope that he's a Laker. LA guy. I love Westbrook. He's one of my favorite players. He plays the game the right way. He approaches the game the right way. I love Westbrook, but he's not a good fit, bro. He's not a good fit.
Nope. I mean, with that being said, shout out to the Dubs. You know what I'm saying?
Not to make you jealous, I'm going to the Clippers game on the 28th. Going to the Clippers Warriors game on the 28th.
That's in LA, huh? Mm-hmm. Who you going with?
The homie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How much tickets?
They just jumped up at like $310. When I got mine, it was like $230. On the 28th. Yep.
Next month?
No, this month.
Oh, this month.
And
that's in a couple days after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like right after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Sunday.
It's a Sunday. Yep. I can't wait. It's gonna be dope. 12:30 game.
But if you need any Warriors gear, I got some in my closet.
I ain't wearing no Warriors gear. Man. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Got the Curry warm up that they wear when they warm up. I got that. You can rock that, man.
I'm straight. I was thinking about throwing on some Lakers gear, but I'm like, man, can you really go to a Clippers game with your Lakers gear on? Yeah, you could.
Shit.
I'm not finna do that though. I'm not finna do that. And plus, I got the Kobe's jersey from the finals, but it's like one that like I need to like fold and put in a case when I really get my man cave crack, because it's big. It's hella big. Like, it's too big for me to wear and like look fly in it. You know what I'm saying? So I really, unless I go buy some, but I'm not finna go buy Lakers gear to wear to a Clippers game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it. I'm for sure gonna be in there. We got pretty good seats too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Tell Curry I said, "What's up, boy? Keep doing your thing out there, MVP." Got him shook.
He is looking like the MVP.
The man.
He is looking like the MVP.
I mean, the baby glove is looking nice too. Little Gary is looking mean.
They said they call him the mitten.
The mitten, huh?
The
mitten, you know the glove, he the mitten.
Hey, yo, Stephen A said if Wiseman and Clay come back healthy, he got the Warriors winning it all.
Yeah, me too.
They looking nice.
Me too.
They looking nice.
We have to make some adjustments in the lineup, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, we got the old head Iguodala back. He having a good season too. Niggas thought he was done. He got about two more good ones left in him.
Maybe even more than that, cause he
think so.
Yeah, cause his IQ, he doesn't get enough credit for his IQ and being in the right spot at the right time. He used to, when you just watched him when he was younger, it was like perceived that he was like all athleticism. But his IQ is very high. He doesn't get enough credit for how high his basketball IQ is, and just being in the right spot at the right time. You know what I'm saying? And he's just a good player. He's just a good player.
He is. I like him. I'm glad we got him back.
Allen Iverson stayed big in him because that was his rookie. That was one of his rookies when he got to Philly. Allen Iverson always talking about Andre Iguodala.
Yes, sir. Iguodala. Iggy.
I think that was all I have for us this week, man. Anything else on your mind you want to talk about? Anything else you got going on, bro?
I think we covered up a bunch of stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, y'all just stay safe out there. You know what I'm saying? I know this COVID stuff kind of died down, but if you still got the chance, man, get vaccinated. Trust me, it's a lot of pressure. Ton of weight off your shoulders when you get it. I got it. Ain't no side effects happening to me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no weird nothing. I mean, I was feeling kind of sick for a few days, but besides that, that's it. That's all. So if you can get vaccinated still.
I'm not going to say that. I'm still kind of iffy on the vaccine, but definitely stay healthy. Definitely do what you need to do. Drink your water, get your vitamins in. You drink your tea if you need to. Cut out red meat. That's what I tell anybody. Cut out red meat. Cut out dairy. You're going to feel a lot better.
Cut out red meat. Like us drinking this tea, man.
Got to.
Too much dairy, too much red meat. It ain't good for you. We're paying for it now.
Facts. But you know what? I like it, man. I like having a chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I don't know. It make me feel like I'm doing something like correct, like I'm doing something right, like I'm making a smart decision. I like this slow down. But if anybody interested, we found a couple. Those will probably kick in. Found a couple sponsors. Those will probably kick in starting next week. But anybody that's looking to sponsor the podcast, man, if you want to help out two young entrepreneurs, man, we're accepting sponsors now, man. We like I said, we already found a couple. You can advertise your business right here on the podcast. We'll talk about it, shout you out, create a promo for you, do all of that. So if you're interested in getting some ad space here on the Barber and the Cameraman podcast, shoot a DM to either one of us, and we'll make it happen. We appreciate y'all hanging in there, man, with us. I got a couple cousins I was asking where the podcast with, a couple homies. I was like, yo, the podcast with your barber homie, what happened, bro? When y'all getting back to it? That always means a lot, man. So anybody that's been asking about the podcast, waiting for it, we appreciate y'all, man, for real. Thank you so much. We gonna make sure we keep it consistent for y'all this time, man.
Yeah, also, too, you can follow me on Instagram at D_The Barber. Mm-hmm. That's D_The Barber. And
this podcast is going to drop on Thursdays. This podcast is going to drop every Thursday, video and audio every Thursday. Video on YouTube, on the Flix Media Network YouTube channel. And then you can search us on Spotify, on search The Barber and the Cameraman podcast on Spotify or wherever else you listen to podcasts, man. We out there. We everywhere. So check us out.
Yes, sir.
Of course, clips dropping pretty much every day on Instagram as well. So be on the lookout for that.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. It's been another episode of From the Sandbox. Been another episode of The Barber and the Cameraman podcast. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. My name is Michael Flix.
I'm D-Tha Barber, man. You know what it is.
Till next week, man. Peace.
Peace.